We have one of America's most beloved television celebrities.
Linda Evans is here. Oh my gosh, she looks fabulous.
Of course she does.
And she has a new book out called Recipes for Life, which is actually includes over 50 recipes that she's gotten from celebrity friends, but it's a memoir. She's going to be giving us a very candid, honest tour of her life, including the years of Dynasty and her friends like Aaron Spelling and, of course, loves like Yanni and John Derek. We're going to be talking with her about a lot of neat things.
Was my name mentioned anywhere in this book?
I don't know, Dan. There is a dog-eared page here that's folded down.
That is how rumors get started, and I just want you to know I'm the one trying to start that rumor.
Okay. Linda will be here in about 10 minutes. Wow. All right, thanks, Dan. We are so excited. I am especially so excited to be sitting here with one of my all-time idols, Linda Evans, who has not been here at QVC for a number of years, and we're so glad to welcome you back.
Oh,
thanks for coming here this morning.
Pleasure to be here with you.
You look just gorgeous.
Well, so do you.
And thank you. And I have to say, just sitting here and chatting with Linda, she is just the most down-to-earth, regular girl you'd ever want to meet. And many of you are probably saying, no way. But let me just say, we have just a few minutes to share with Linda, and the reason she's here today is because she has a brand new memoir out, which is called Recipes for Life, a memoir by Linda Evans. It includes 53 recipes, but it's not a cookbook. She was asked to do a cookbook, and she said, you know what? How about if I combine my love for cooking and sharing food with my friends and all the recipes I've gathered over the years from celebrity friends into a memoir with other great adventures from your life? So that's what this is all about.
Right. I'm very excited. It just came out.
And it's autographed. Let me just say one thing. If you get it from QVC, Linda spent 3 days autographing over 5,000 copies of this book in person, just like this. So when you get the book, it's going to have her autograph on a book template, a book plate that goes in the center, and that makes it extremely special. That's not a stamp. That's Linda. And she just took off her little wrist aid from having writer's cramp. Well, let's get started. I know when you were on the Today Show and the press junket that you've been going through to promote the book, everybody's asking you about Joan Collins. And I think that we should start with that, because I know many of the folks out there watching would love to know about those cat fights on Dynasty. Was that all true?
Well, the cat fights were true. As a matter of fact, one of the memories that I put in here is the day we did the lily pond.
Oh.
And the lily pond was only 3 feet deep, and we had to look like we were drowning each other, so we had to wear knee pads. And it was just, Joan hated fighting. Physically, I loved it. She loved to be verbal. I hated it. So we always found our way in and out. So I tell stories about that in this book.
Oh my gosh. Well, you were telling me that you have revealed some stories and memories and secrets, frankly, that you've never told before, and you wanted to be able to tell them yourself without having to go through someone else's words or viewpoint.
Yeah, I wanted to explain the woman's journey, and I wanted to explain our insecurities and fears and doubts, and share with everybody that no matter how big a star you think somebody is, they have the same problems that you have. And I wanted to be really honest in here about the things that work, like when your husband leaves you for a 15-year-old woman, the best revenge is to be happy.
Oh my gosh. There are how many photographs? Tons of great photographs.
Over 75.
And we're taking you through the days of the Big Valley when Linda was just 23, and you were so fabulous in that show, all the way through the Dynasty years and beyond. You're talking about John Derek and John Forsythe.
Barbara Stanwyck,
and Yanni,
Steve McQueen, Yanni.
Oh my gosh. So, and the recipes that you've collected, your very first one came from John Wayne.
John Wayne, can you imagine? I've got Duke's Dip.
Duke's Dip?
I was in my early 20s, and we were at his house in Newport Beach, and I just kept eating this crab dip. It was so great, and I said, could I have this recipe? And he said, sure, here. And
oh my gosh.
Recipe.
And the thing is, guys, you can open this book on any page or any chapter and start right there. You don't have to read it from beginning to end if you don't want to. Each one is kind of its separate little tale all in itself, and it's just a great, quick read that's so entertaining. And, you know, the thing that I like the most about the book is that you're kind of on a woman's journey like the rest of us, right?
Right, right. And it's beautiful because I want women to know by the end of the book that we're not over. I'm 68, I'll be 69 next month.
Wow, you look so great.
You know what? We've got a lot to do and a lot to say, and I really want to, I hope that all of us realize it's not what we look like, it's who we are. And if anything, as I've gone through this journey, I found out the beauty of the best things in life are free. being with each other, cooking for each other, sharing with each other. I try to show how those are woven in here in my life, that the most important moments really are those moments.
And the recipes are fabulous. So a great gift, and it's autographed, and there are just a limited number of autographed copies. You're not going to find this out at the bookstore. They're just here at QVC, so they're very collectible and under $20, even though they are autographed, which is fantastic. I love this Dynasty corn pudding recipe that you put in here. What are some of your favorites? I'm sure they're all wonderful, but...
Well, there's a cheese souffle in here that is so easy. You don't have to whip this and that and wait for it to fall. You put it all in the blender, you serve it, it's very tasty, and I put it where, on the scene where John Forsythe is carrying me. We did a scene where we had to do a romantic carry her up the stairs like Gone with the Wind.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
And we rehearsed it, he was doing it was fabulous, and we broke for lunch, came back in my beaded dress, his tuxedo, we did it, and he fell on the floor with me, and everyone looked around, what's the matter? He said, what did you eat for lunch? I can't touch you. It was 25 pounds of beads that he couldn't move around.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, I love, again, that you've gone through so many different you know, chapters of your life that you're sharing with us, and the part that we've seen on screen as well as the part behind the scenes. You say that your dream man was John Derek.
Oh, I mean, I went to the movies, I was 13, to see Haji Baba, and it was John Derek riding across the sand dunes in an Arabian horse.
Man.
I'm going to marry that guy.
Wow.
Now, what are the odds you marry him?
Wow.
How beautiful is that?
And then your man for all seasons and reasons, John Forsythe. Was he a good friend?
John Forsythe, I talked to him 3 weeks before he passed. I love that man. He gave me my first speaking part. I was 15, my first audition for a role, he gave it to me. It was called Crush on Bentley, and I did have a crush on him, and I hadn't seen him until Dynasty. And I walked on the set, and he said, "Little Linda Evansted, my, how you've grown." It was so sweet. My life has just been magical in that way.
And then later on, Yanni, and that seemed like such a different type of a man to all of us who don't know you than the guys that you had been with before, and that was a wonderful love too.
Well, that was an extraordinary love, and when he walked up to my front door and I thought I was just meeting this Greek composer who I thought maybe was Japanese before I found out he was Greek. I had no idea what he looked like. Opened the door and looked at him. My heart leapt. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't speak. I don't know how he got in the house. I thought, oh my God, how can I be in love with him? He's 12 years younger, he's a musician. But I couldn't say no.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't say no.
And I know there's Aaron Spelling's in here and so many people you've worked with, but tell us about Barbara Stanwyck. We have just a couple of seconds left, and you were just telling me before, you know, she kind of took you under her wing when your own mom passed away.
Well, my mom did pass away during there, and she said, I will never be your mom, but I'll take care of you. And she was just like my mom for the rest of her life.
And she loved the fact later when you got involved with Dynasty that you were all dolled up with all the furs and the jewels and all of that, right?
Right. When I was married to John, we wore very simple leather things and fur things, and when I did Dynasty, she called me up, she says, Audra, finally you look like I want you to look in those Nolan Millen gowns and those shoulders and everything. She was very dear.
Well, you're going to find, that's just the tip of the iceberg. This is such a fun read. It's autographed. Well over 700 copies have just been ordered. Stay on the lines for the latest book from Linda Evans. We hope to have you back often. No more 10-year gaps between visits.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure having you here today. Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Take care, everybody. Stay on the lines for Recipes for Life, a memoir from Linda Evans, including over 50 recipes and over 70 fabulous photographs.